choosing teaching approaches and methods. Here we can see the competency-based teaching goal and the textbooks requires corresponding teaching approach and methods. As we know, this is the traditional approach in the classroom, teacher-centered, classroom-centered, and textbook-centered. But for the coach education, we should unify teacher exercising and practicing, in which teachers act as a guide and the students, the participants, teachers impairing and the students involved in the active discussion. That's the difference, the traditional approach and the coach education approach. So, with regard to the lecture in the classroom, examples should go before the theory. Use theories and the conclusions to solve practical problems in training and competition. Coaches should observe or simulate the practical operation. That's very important. Here we can see an example, the teaching method used in the Chinese athletic coach education. We have lecture, post-class self-learning, seminar, problem diagnosis, video analysis, case study, field presentation, project study, workshop, social survey, and so on. Here is the example of 2007 National Athletic Coach Training Program. The total times lasted 6 months, but in the course is 130 hours. More than 100 hours is self-learning, project study, and thesis writing of around 5,000 words, Chinese words. And also we have 30 hours for coaches gathered together for 1 week to attend the lectures, problem discussion, and the paper replies. And also, furthermore, the online teaching and the learning have caught attention of the China coach education. The next step is conducting competency-based assessment. So as a measure of teaching, competency-based assessment is to check the teaching effort and to help the coach review what they have learned. So multiple forms could be adopted in examination, such as written test, oral test, paper writing, topic presentation, simulated training, and so on. For example, the teaching exam for coaches post-training in China consists of 3 parts. 10% of them is self-learning notes. 30% self-learning assignments. And another 6% exam during the face-to-face teaching. So the countermeasures applied in examination include assignments, closed exam, and open exam. But the methods preferred by the coaches are case analysis, open exam, and practical operation. So these measures combine thinking with innovation, theory with practice, and can measure coaches' ability of applying their knowledge to solve problems effectively and efficiently. So here we can see the main contents and the feature of the competency-based teaching model. First is the coach's competency structure will build up, and then the education program will design. The next step is our distribution was created. For the next step, is the teaching method was provided, and then the next is competency assessment was conducted. So from this, we can see the whole competency-based teaching mode. Now, let's come to the conclusion. So, conclusion 1. Coach do more than people can imagine. To understand this multiple dimensional work, a coach needs to be dedicated to full grasp of theories and the practice of a specific sport, and to comprehensively understand various disciplines including physiology, sociology, psychology, and management, as well as to be able to apply knowledge to daily training practice. Their coaching competencies include talent identification, making plans, organization and implement, education administration, obtaining social support, collecting support information, doing support research, managing and judge competitions. Conclusion 2. Coaches in the institutions of high learning in China are mainly PE teachers from sport institutes who have good base of specific knowledge while lacking in high-level competing and coaching experience. Effective continued education should improve the quality of the coaches step by step and in a planned manner. Otherwise, the development of high-level support team of China's universities and China's competitive sports will be limited. Conclusion 3. The feature of the competency-based teaching mode is aimed at the comprehensive enhancement of professional capabilities. It is constructed upon the concept of application and evaluated by coach's performance of teaching, managing, and instructing a team. Such a teaching mode attaches importance to the improvement of capabilities, which will help university PE teachers work as excellent coaches from different events. Conclusion 4. The essential factors for competency-based teaching model include to analyze and decide the competency structure of coaches, according to which corresponding teacher goals will be set. The teaching modules will represent the fusion of general knowledge, specific knowledge, and practice with the unified teaching exercises and practice. Based on the teaching modules, the syllabus design, the teaching hour allocation, and the textbook compilation should be completed. Coach's education should depart from the traditional approach of teaching-centered, classroom-centered, and textbook-centered instruction, and choose various teaching measures and methods. According to the teaching goal of improved coach's competency, all kinds of competency assessment should be adopted. That's all. Thank you.
Very many thanks, Professor Jean. It was absolutely fascinating.
All athletes become coaches. And in your presentation, you say that it is interesting that university coaches are very good. So, what do you think, what is your point of view about the new kind of coaches, athletes all athletes or players who become coaches. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. In my presentation, I just mentioned the PE teachers, how the PE teachers become the coach. Yes, it's true that many athletes, when they are retired from sports area, they become coaches. In this model I just presented here, is just used in the Chinese athletes training. When they retired from the athletes, they first go to some PE institute or sports university. They should learn some courses, just as I mentioned. When they pass this exam, these courses, they can become coaches. So I think this kind of method, this teaching mode, is also suitable for the athletes. So thank you.
Thank you.
The curriculum of the students who will be a coach later on. As you say, you need some experience as a coach. Now, in order to improve this, we have a link with clubs or something like that during the education process, and do you have like internships that you use as paid of these hours of doing practice?
Okay. One is just like I mentioned, the university system, they have some high-level athletes teams in the university system. This kind of system, the coach mainly the PE teacher, they lack experience. Another system is some kind of a professional system. Normally we have basketball, volleyball, different teams, and also in club, and also in spare time sports school, the another system. In this system, the coaches mainly come from the athletes. So they, from athletes become the coach, not the PE student. So they have great experience at the competition and also at the training, but lack of knowledge, of the basic knowledge. So for this kind of system, we first put more academic education for them. Thank you.
Thank you.